It's fun playing Monday morning quarterback, just not if you're a quarterback in the NFC East. Or should we say least? I'm Donnie Seymour, and this is your Pub Sports Radio Hot Topic of the Day, taking a look at the NFC East, or as we joke, the NFC Least. The division obviously is struggling, but there's some major issues going on between at least three of the four teams. The Philadelphia Eagles are winless with a tie against the lowly Cincinnati Bengals. The New York Giants have not won a football game yet. The Washington Redskins have only beat the lowly Philadelphia Eagles, and the Dallas Cowboys are the outlier with a nice win in a ridiculous comeback against Atlanta, but still sit 1-2 after the Seattle Seahawks game yesterday, which they had the lead late in the football game. Now, the premise that we want to take a look at here in our hot topic is not so much the teams itself, but it's how the quarterbacks are actually playing in the NFC East and the reasons why some of these quarterbacks are really stinking up the joint. When we take a look at Dwayne Haskins yesterday on Sunday, a 30 quarterback rating. When we take a look at Daniel Jones, a 50 quarterback rating. When we take a look at Carson Wentz, a 49 quarterback rating. The only gentleman with a high quarterback rating yesterday was one Dak Prescott at 73, and they still took a loss against the Seattle Seahawks. But taking a look overall, what is the reason behind this? It's pretty easy to decipher. Look at Dak Prescott and the Cowboys right now. Even though the offensive line is a little bit banged up, you have an all-pro running back in Zeke Elliott. You also have three legitimate wide receivers in Michael Gallup, also Amari Cooper, and the youngster CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. Nice to be able to throw to some weapons like that. Now let's take a look at Dwayne Haskins and Terry McLaurin and crickets. That's what he has to work with. Nothing in the backfield, barely anything at tight end, and one average young wide receiver. That is it. There's no reason to believe that he can't improve. But if you don't give him any weapons, how can he improve? Then we take a look at Daniel Jones. Yes, Daniel Jones drafted out of Duke. Let's see him progress, right? Wrong. Who does he have to throw to? Slayton? Golden Tate? A tight end with brick hands? Barely any running backs since Saquon Barkley is out? And we take a look at my Philadelphia Eagles with Carson Wentz, right? You see, last year, he created a miracle and won the division with Greg Ward as his top wide receiver and not much else. And you know what we saw yesterday against the Cincinnati Bengals? Greg Ward and not much else at wide receiver. Decent tailback in Miles Sanders. Zach Ertz is a very good tight end. Dallas Goedert's your two-headed monster tight end. He goes down with an injury as well. You even thought Deshaun Jackson might show up yesterday against that lowly Cincinnati Bengals defense. Not so, because he has a hamstring injury. The Eagles signed Deshaun Jackson, and he basically has played one quarter of football for them in 2 years for all that money. So when we take a look at looking at the NFC East and calling it the NFC Least, these three quarterbacks have no shot to survive the division unless their team surrounds them with much, much better talent. Dallas, of course, banged up on defense, but at least a semblance of a healthy offense that can move the chains in the National Football League. To me, it looks like the Dallas Cowboys should be the cream of the crop in the NFC East, but we said that last year, and the Philadelphia Eagles overcame them. A lot of injuries in this NFL football season, but in the NFC Least, these three quarterbacks are getting no help. And this was your hot topic of the day right here with Pub Sports Radio. I'm Donnie Seymour.